Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. This video will be as a little vindication. Not that I need a vindication, but as I will use this statement coming from this individual as an I told you so, and I was 100% right. The mass media, YouTube, in this case, the platform, had some issues whenever I covered Brittney Griner issue. If you don't know what Brittney Griner issue is or who she is, don't worry, I will let you know. I didn't know at the time when that happened who the hell was Brittney Griner. Brittney Griner is a good female basketball player who was arrested in Russia when she tries to enter on the Russian in Moscow airport with some cannabis. She denied that it's hers and so on. The US government came and said that she was wrongfully detained for about 2 years until yesterday or the day before. It was wrongfully detained by the evil Russians. I said all the time, and YouTube did not like that at all, that no, if I would enter a country, let's say the United States of America, with a bazooka at, let's say, JFK in New York, they would arrest me and they would put me in prison, don't you think? Bazooka plus the shells, let's put it this way. But she entered and said, no, wrongfully detained. They have their laws, we have our laws. Now, obviously, if you want to enter another country with a bazooka, probably they'll let you, but in the United States of America, they don't. So what's going on over here? I will show you how she, Brittney, I used to call her cannabis girl, and YouTube did not like that at all. I don't know why, because, well, sometimes make jokes, man. Why so serious, son? She comes and says that, yes, indeed, she had those cartridges that she tried to hide. Now, I'm going to show you the articles the media pushed. She was wrongfully detained. I will show you how it still is in the Wikipedia. Her Wikipedia page still is that she was wrongfully detained, or at least the US government said so. And then I will show you her interview, not her interview, but an article on her interview where she said, yeah, those were mine. Actually, it doesn't speak like that, but so let me show you the first article. NBC News. This article is from 2022, I think it is. It's right here from May 3rd, 2022. Brittney Griner, now considered, and I'm quoting, wrongfully detained, and quote, in Russia. US officials, plural, say. We're going to talk about what should happen to those officials for lying or providing misinformation. Actually, this is disinformation because I'm pretty sure they know what happened. The change in official classification means the US will be more aggressive in its efforts to secure the WNBA star's release. She is. Next article. The New York Times, the same time when that happened, it says, when it happened with this one, because it's the same, like 2nd or 3rd of May, 2022. US government says Brittney Griner was wrongfully detained. And I always say, wait for the investigation. Go to court. Find out. Unless you say, Russian courts are garbage. Those guys are not following. They're corrupt. Only we are the pinnacle of perfection and ideals. The State Department went public with its push to negotiate Griner's release from custody in Russia, where she has been held on drug charges since February. And they exchanged her for the merchant of death, Victor Baut, who compared him as a merchant of death compared with a Pentagon. And you tell me, who is the merchant of death here? Right here. So the State Department has determined that wrongfully detained by the Russian government. Well, who's lying? The Americans were lying. The official confirmed Tuesday. So Griner, the Star Center for the Baba, was arrested in February on drug charges after a search of her luggage at the Sheremetyevo airport near Moscow turned up vape cartridges containing oil derived from cannabis. And she hid them as well, but they don't put it over there. So if you hide them, shows anticipation of, right? Authority says in March, Russian officials said Griner's detention had been extended until May 19th. The offense could carry a maximum sentence of 10 years in prison. Right here, the State Department said it will continue to undertake efforts to provide appropriate support to her. She broke the law in another country. What do you want? Should not pay for that? Again, the welfare and safety of U.S. citizens abroad is among the highest priorities. What if they're criminals? What are you going to do, intervene? I mean, if they commit a crime, let's say you have a rapist or even some crimes against people under the age of 18. Let's say you're going to work and they are rightfully detained in another country for the crime committed. Do you think the U.S. State Department should intervene for those guys? No, let them, make sure that the course, the trials were, fair. That's what you can do. But if it's determined with evidence that that guy really, bye-bye, see you when you come out. Or never. The welfare and safety of U.S. citizens abroad, what kind of citizens, is among the highest priorities, okay, of the U.S. government. Question, where is Mr. Whelan? You know him? Have you heard about him? He was, as a token, brought to supposedly be exchanged with Griner. It was never about Whelan. Go and check him out. He's still there? How about his welfare? He was caught spying, supposedly, by the Russians again. Still there. Gerkovich, on the other hand, another person belonging to another protected group, was arrested with the same charges as Mr. Whelan. Gerkovich, yes, the Wall Street Journal, how should I call him? Because they call him a reporter. Now, they're fighting to release him as well. Not Whelan, not Paul Whelan, but Gerkovich and Griner. Who's lying here? Again, here it is. The highest priorities. Whelan is still, and many others. So let's say here, boom, boom, boom. Griner is very good. Griner's wife. Now you understand more. So Griner's wife, WNBA. So she is married. Commented on Griner determined last week. Right here. U.S. Marine had been released in prison of exchange. Trevor Reed. He was released. Where is Whelan? So U.S. Marine had been released, and they want Griner to be released. They're the same value for the country, for the national interest. And I don't know what this Marine did, and I don't care at this point, but I know that she had cannabis cartridges. All right, so let's see now. Let's look at the Wikipedia page for Miss Griner. Right there she is. And we have here somewhere, that's Baud, where are you? I saw you. Funny looking guy, but with more flair than her. Right here, on February, right here, in November 2022, Griner was transferred to the Russian penal colony IK2. U.S. officials stated that she was wrongfully detained. She was not. Can we stop that? Can the U.S. media stop lying about it? Can they say no, she was because she had it? Why? We're going to go to the last article here, which comes from one day ago. Here it is. The Hill. Brittney Griner blames cannabis oil cartridges that landed her in Russian prison on mental lapse. So basically she says, well, I got a little slap over my wrist over there because the US government intervened for me. Something I did. She doesn't deny it. She says the cannabis oil cartridges that landed her because of her made a bad decision. That's basically what it is. Basically, this week we'll speak public about in an interview, the Olympic down. She shares that her incarceration was the result of a mental lapse, and that at times in prison she felt suicidal. Now we're supposed to feel empathy for a person who committed a crime. Now that's not justice for the people who do not commit crimes. I was so scared. Oh, tell me about it. I want to know. Fuck off. All right, so Griner, who pleaded guilty to the drug charges, testified that the cartridges were packed unintentionally and she had no intention of breaking the Russian law. All right, I'm thinking of my wife. Oh, here they are. Yeah, oh, look at that. Jesus Christ. The U.S. State Department, the president fought for this person. Right there. So my point is this. She admits she did it. Now, something I started hearing in United States of America working with children, I didn't mean to. Or accidentally. I accidentally smacked him in the face. I accidentally stole his property. I accidentally, I have here garbage still playing. Accidentally raped that person. I accidentally, steal? It's just, you're still there. You're still there. Oh, sorry, officer. I accidentally broke the law. I just drove above the speed limit. Sorry. Here's the ticket, a citation. Bye. See you in court or go and pay. Not in this case. Oh, she was so scared. We're supposed to, empathy. Not from this guy here. Why? Because I understand the game is played, and I don't like it. Some people have preferential. They call it now preferential treatment. They call it now privilege. That kind of privilege. No, it's not. And if I would have that kind of privilege, well, I demand, based on my privilege, all those guys to be arrested, all those guys to shut the fuck up, and only I should be allowed to talk. But I see things are not like that. I don't have any fucking privilege. The only privilege I have is the opportunity to work like a slave on my own accord, own decision. That's all. That's all the privilege, and that's all I asked when I came in this country. The opportunity to work fairly. That's all. But now the government fucks all of us. Not the government. There are people behind that are pushing it. So I don't want to hear anymore the mass media telling us that she was wrongfully detained. She admitted right there. And again, to give me a lapse of unintentionally, I have never packed a bag unintentionally at 31, that she is. Maybe when I was, 5 years old, maybe accidentally I put, a dildo in my bag when I was going on a school trip or kindergarten trip. Okay? Please. And it's acceptable, yes. Yes, Brittney, yes. Tell us how you accidentally at 31. But on the other hand, you're a fantastic person. Gold medalist or basketball, you're fantastic, intelligent, write books, interviews, but you accidentally put a dildo in your bag with cartridges too. Really? My God, these guys are insulting our intelligence daily. And I knew everything was true then. And whenever I made videos here, YouTube had big problems with them. Big problems with the videos. Telling the truth. I don't know if it is going to fly. Again, telling the truth. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.